A medically retired police officer in Michigan struggles to keep down food. She currently weighs 90 pounds and can barely walk. On most days, she shuffles to the bathroom to take her prescribed Zofran that barely helps. In an attempt to feel better, she didn't realize it was this difficult when she was diagnosed with cancer. She looks at the mirror to her bald head and then reaches for her gun. She can't wait to go to the firing range once she's better. She could get medical marijuana and feel like a brand new person, but they would take her ability to have a firearm with medicinal marijuana and possibly her Social Security benefits. For 15 years, she carried a firearm to protect the community, but they could take that away from her for medication she desperately needs. Legalization of marijuana has proven to improve lives in recent years by studying Washington and Colorado. Legalization has increased the quality of life for people with depression, anxiety, insomnia, and other illnesses. It has also improved the economy in places where cannabis was completely legalized. It has also improved drug arrests and incarcerations for drug-related charges. This struggle wouldn't happen to many Americans if cannabis was legal. According to the American Cancer Society, marijuana has been shown to destroy certain cancer cells. Cannabis has also shown improvements when being used in conjunction with traditional treatments for multiple sclerosis. Yara Mohammed from the University of Queens School of Medicine noted a 40 to 60% increase in cognitive function with patients using a 1-to-1 ratio of THC to CBD with multiple sclerosis. She also studied in Canada the reduction of motor tics with patients with Tourette's and Parkinson's disease. These are just small examples from what we already know from the insomnia, the depression. With opioids readily available for many pains, there's no reason why cannabis cannot be. Marijuana could decrease the use of opioids if replaced or supplemented by cannabis. The CDC estimates 70,000 opioid deaths caused by overdoses in 2017, with 68% of those being prescription opioids. The revenue increased drastically for states with marijuana legalization. According to the Colorado Department of Revenue, during just July 2019, the tax revenue for marijuana alone was $30 million. Totaling revenue from marijuana alone, legalization from February 2014 to October 2019 was an astounding $1,154,786,985. In Alaska, the revenue, half of it is being used for specialized programs to help repeat offenders in the legal system. In states where legalization is for recreational purposes, there has been statistics showing a decrease in incarceration rates of drug-related charges. John Getman, PhD. PhD, marijuana activist, researcher, and associate professor from Shenandoah University, investigated and reported a decrease of 23% in all drug-related charges in Colorado, as well as 84% reduction in marijuana-related charges since legalization. The decrease in incarceration has reduced the amounts of taxes needed to fund prisons and jails. But what can we do about it? The first step would be changing the mind of the people. Pew Research Center reports that 59% of Americans believe marijuana should be completely legalized, 32% believe medicinal purposes only, and 8% still believe in keeping it legal or illegal. So with that being said, what you can do is be an activist, not just a supporter. And that's also by talking to other people and creating other activists. You can also join organizations like Normal, and there's also petitions on Move On. But to sum this one up, legalization of marijuana would improve a lot of lives. You improve your revenue within each state and the federal government by taxation. You reduce your incarceration rates. And then, of course, what it was originally for was medicinal purposes. So there you can improve lives of anybody with insomnia, depression, obviously multiple sclerosis with drastic increase in cognitive functions, and also Tourette's and Parkinson's. And also, just to remind you, you can always vote for legalization, so that way nobody can take guns and Social Security away. And also join other organizations. Is there any other questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Why marijuana you cannot overdose on? Am I correct?
They had one reported overdose, but they weren't sure.
Okay. Why is marijuana listed as a class 1 drug in the same class as heroin?
Because that was done in 1976, and it has not been reclassified, and it was hoping to be reclassified. It's actually going through the House. Because that means that's
And
the
just
same
to
as heroin.
clarify, a class 1 narcotic has no medicinal purposes whatsoever.
Yes, so that's why it's got to be reclassified, and that's what Normal was actually participating in.
Very good, very good. Is this in North Carolina now?
We actually decriminalized, but
I mean, but is it made legal now?
that was actually federal.
So it would have to be a federal law,
Yes.
and I guess what I'm asking, are they working on that now?
Yes, they are. Was it a month ago that we looked, and it went through the House, it passed through the House, and it was going to the Senate. So that's something they're on right now.
But you saying if my doctor prescribed right now, if my doctor prescribed me cannabis for a cancer or something like that, they could take my firearms away?
Yes. You get a card, and you could also lose your Social Security.
Okay.
How is that fair?
I mean, it's not fair because you've got people who are prescribed opioids and things like that,
Exactly.
marijuana.
It
What's
goes-
the difference?
It goes back to what she was saying about the time frame in 1973. That was the time frame when you had the peace movements and stuff about Vietnam,
Right.
and everybody in America was against the war, and it was a way for the government to shut people up.
No.
How would you join an organization like Normal? I mean, is it?
Yeah, you go online and find your organization, your chapter.
And there's more than just the one organization that's actually trying to make a difference versus just.
Yeah, there is, but that one is the one that's kind of making the most difference.
They got the petitions on there as well.
Yeah, on moveon.com.
Move on.
Idiot. Everybody good?
Good job.
Yay! I thought you were gonna be like, it didn't say.